Bunyoro Kitara musical instruments. Amakondere. Every year, the Bunyoro Kitara Kingdom celebrates the coronation anniversary of the king, known as Mpango. During the festives, amakondere are played for the royal procession and also to accompany dances. The trumpets are cylindrical with one end wider. A rich fusion of tunes and pitches is derived as each trumpet supplies a single music note accompanied by the reverberation of drums. The Amakondere orchestra does not follow musical sofa. The Amakondere choreography involves dancing in twos, side by side. The dancers alternately lift one foot in forward motion. The women wear sukas known as onwenagiro, while the men wear kanzu. While dancing to the Amakondere orchestra is open to everybody, it cannot be performed without royal permission. The inanga is played by plucking or strumming with the fingers. In the past time, the strings used on the nanga were made of the tendon sinews from an old bull. Lately, however, the only cord available for stringing the nanga are made of sisal or plastics. The nanga that is strung with sisal or plastics does not sound good as the nanga strung with a bull sinew. Enanga music was performed by the Bauma people and also the palace dwellers. Nyindo and Owarutale stated that in the palace, the enanga was also played by the king's wives and the children who resided there. Entimbo. This percussion instrument is a traditional drum with its head made of cowhide or reptile skin, nailed to a wooden sound body. The Entimbo drums are among the important drums in the kingdom of Bunyoro Kitara. The Entimbo drums are listed among the items considered as the regalia of Bunyoro Kitara. The Abatimbo songs are sung by the players of Entimbo drums called the Abatimbo. In the palace, the Entimbo drums are played when the king is walking during the royal processions and wherever he is. Whenever the people hear the sound of this small drum, they at once know that the Mukama is roaming about in his enclosure. In an interview with Muhuruzi Isoke, he asserted that they are supposed to be played together with the player of Nsegu instrument when the king has gone to bed so as to soothe him to sleep, and at 6 a.m. near the king's bedroom to wake him up. Nsegu. The Nsegu music was played on a wind instrument called Nsegu, which were corn flutes. Nsegu disappeared because each player known as Nsegu kept his own instrument slung around his neck. And upon death, no one brought them to the palace for safe custody. Nsegu died without passing on the playing techniques to their children, probably because when the kingdoms were abolished, they did not expect them to be restored. Nsegu were important royal instruments, and their players occupied a high position in the palace. In an interview with Leonard Kitali Ibara, the custodian of the drums, he admitted that he could not move closer to the Abasegu because they were of a very high social status. The Nsegu music was played every day together with Entimbo music at the king's bedroom window to soothe him to sleep and to wake him up. This music also accompanied the king during the royal procession. Abasegu played other roles as they performed on their instruments. They praised the king as if to insult him, but the purpose was to make him laugh. Jests included the following. Ebitama bya kyombe, meaning look at his big cheeks. Kikurola ebiroliroli nke kitakurola, meaning he stares like a blind person. However, when the king smiled a bit, they would praise him positively. Kere agutamba, may you laugh, Lord. Kere rukirabasaija, meaning may you love the greatest among men. Abasegu could say anything before the king and wouldn't be punished, but instead they were rewarded sometimes with a bowl. Abasegu words were just spoken and not sung. Engwara. The Engwara songs were played outside the palace on side-blown trumpets called Engwara. The type of songs played on these instruments determines whether the instruments are Amakondere or Engwara. There are no physical differences between the instruments. The Engwara songs were faster than Amakondere songs and accompanied a faster dance in which men wear gold retos called ebinyege. Engoma. Engoma is used in Bunyoro Kitara in the coronation of Omukama, Kwarura Abarongo, meaning twin birth celebration, Kweranga, meaning introduction, Kubandwa, meaning spiritual possession ceremonies, death announcements, communications, to mobilize people for an event, and entertainment in Runyege and Entogoro dance.